Can you confirm that the high IQ folks are here?
Yes, Becky and Jonathan.
Volume. I can't hear you. Yeah. Yes. Hi, Becky. Good morning. Okay. So I'm going to get through our first bits here real quick. Marielle, can you go ahead and move forward here? I want to start out here with shout from the summit. Tell us something good, because we know that there have been some good things that have been happening. Who would be willing to share?
Me.
All right, Eric.
Emily had her first closing.
Emily Files?
Yeah.
Wait, second.
Second.
It's her second. It's her second. I know. Yay.
No pressure.
Her first was
Como.
Was Como. Yeah, her first was in Como. So Emily joined us in May, newly licensed agent. So rocking and rolling and following the systems, and she is getting some stuff done, which is awesome. Anybody else? Ryan, I think you have a good story from the Mountain Properties Market Center. Hold on. Oh, all right. Well, maybe he'll come back. I also want to shout out to Kate Lay, who had her second closing also under the Top of the Rockies banner. And Cynthia Valderrama, I'm not sure if Cynthia is on this call or not right now. She joined us. She passed her test on December 30th. She joined us on, I think, January 2nd. And what she and I sat down and put together some goals. And she told me, and you guys who are parents of middle schoolers will laugh, she had 7 people who are interested in buying or selling with her here very soon. And not again, and I can't recall who from the Vail group had, I think, a $6.5 million closing as well. Yeah. So congrats, nice work. Somebody who just came over from another brokerage. And hey, Dots, I don't think you're on this call either, but I'm going to share this story and then anybody else can talk. So a bunch of us went down to Denver on Friday to hear Jason Abrams speak. And Dots, Dorothy Hussey was there, and she and I were texting. She joined us a couple of months ago. She's on Jennifer Chambers' team. She had originally been at Top of the Rockies, and then she moved over to live, and she came back to us a couple of months ago. And she told me that, well, number one, she's having her best year ever. And she said this is better than any time that she had ever been with the other brokerage. So she is super stoked to be here, part of our crew. Anybody else? Just unmute yourselves and talk.
Leslie, I just want to thank you for getting us together with our Greeley team on Friday for lunch. That was awesome. Really nice to meet everyone there.
Yep, that was awesome.
Part of the crew there.
Yeah. So Greeley crew, thanks for being there too. It was great to have food and FaceTime together. Anyone else?
I've got a shout out, Leslie. Sorry I'm late. We had a little technical issue here in the office. Sam Malloy, one of our new agents who gathered a lead from playing video games, just put a luxury property under contract in Mountain Star.
Is this the $6.5 million property, right?
Yes. Yeah. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned that. I apologize for my tardiness.
I didn't recall the details, but I mean, can you say that again about the video games? Yeah, how does he lead in?
Like he found a lead from playing video games.
Wasn't it because like this kid that he was playing with, the kid asked him what he does, or said something along the lines of, "Hey, my parents are looking for a realtor," and he's like, "Well, I'm actually a realtor."
That's right.
Yeah. So I mean, like the leads come from everywhere. As Jason Abrams said, "Lead gen what you love."
That's right.
Yes. Hi, Chance.
Hey, good morning.
Good. Do you have anything good? Tell us something good.
Do I have anything good?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, can I do like a quick market update, I guess? Would that be something good?
No.
No? Okay.
No, we don't have time for that.
I'm good.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Sorry. Thank you. All right. Go ahead to the next slide here. Just real quick, events and announcements. So our team meetings are going to happen for both Vail and Top of the Rockies here pretty much immediately after. However, I'm going to say we're going to give our guests a little bit of grace, and they may need to go over because I'm taking a little bit more time than I was expecting to. So we may not start the actual team meetings right at 10. This might go just a few minutes longer. We will have Chance tomorrow here for a little bit more of that lunch and learn and market update. He'll be actually here in person in Frisco, but we will also Zoom as well. So Vail folks, Estes, Greeley, from wherever you are, we'll have this on the screen too. I think and Ryan, you're going to have to check on this with me too here. Okay, Wednesday, Rod Fishkin tomorrow from 1 to 3. He will do contracts both online and yes, not in person, just in Zoom. Thank you, Rod. So that will happen tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And then starting Friday, Scott Thompson will be leading an MREA book club and mastermind. Hey, Scott, real quick, does anybody need to read anything before Friday since that's the first meeting?
Just the whole book.
Read.
The written test is.
Okay, so it's an introduction. Thank you. All right, and then Tuesday, Katie Briggs is going to be doing productivity coaching. Hang tight real quick, Katie. I'm going to have you talk. Thursday, we'll have accountability group from 1 to 2, Frisco and Zoom. Look at your database, look at your numbers. We will talk about how you keep growing that database. Also, take a look at Win with Sellers. At CMC in Edwards on the 28th. We've got a virtual regional tech event on the 29th. You want to grow your team, you want to grow your business, you want to learn more about leverage, be in Denver with Wendy Papazan on 2-4 and 2-5. It was really fun to have 23 of our agents from Top of the Rockies, and I know we had some folks from Vail on Friday. So the more the merrier at these events. We can go have dinner. We can, it's community as well as education. And then James Shaw is that perpetual favorite, and he will be in Denver on 3/25. Go ahead to the next screen real quick, Marielle. Don't forget anybody going to family reunion. We are going to have a group dinner on February 22nd. Let Marielle, who is underneath Russ Nolting. You all see Marielle. She is MCAing for both Top of the Rockies and Mountain Properties. Please let her know if you are attending. And if you are still sort of on the fence about signing up for family reunion is going to be pretty fun. I will tell you that several of us at Top of the Rockies are going to be staying at a loft, which is not part of the KW room block. It's a little bit less expensive. So think about that. You have questions, let me know. Katie, can you talk real quick about productivity coaching and some of the incentives that we are offering for productivity coach attendees?
Yes, absolutely. So if you sign up for productivity coaching, then you get your office saved while you're in the program. And then after your first closing, get 8 of signs. So sign up soon. And if you've got any questions, we do have a little bit more. I know some people asked about a curriculum. We do have a little bit more of an outline to share with you as well. So feel free. Thanks so much.
And I would say if you have closed 5 or fewer properties, this is a great program to jump into. It doesn't matter if you're on a team or if you're a solo agent. We have things set up so that you can be successful with Katie as well as with your team. All right, Maria, let's slide on through. Keep going. We know all this. I thought I deleted. Okay. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce our guests today. So let me preface this by saying The reason that we have invited the folks from High IQ to present is because we have heard from pretty much everybody that you want more leads, that you need more leads. And so while there is going to be, a little bit of a sales pitch here, this is for you because you have been asking about it and you have been hearing and you want more. Everybody wants to grow their business. Everybody's like, where are the people coming from? Jonathan and his team, Jonathan and Becky, are with High IQ. They are an AI marketing group, for lack of better terms, out of Colorado Springs. They know the mountains. They know the community. They work with a lot of different groups besides just Keller Williams, but they also work with Keller Williams. So, Jonathan, take it away. I'm going to shut up.
Thank you for the introduction, Leslie. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. Can I get permission to share my screen?
Yep.
Sweet. All right. Thanks for having me. Just so everybody knows here, Leslie and your leadership team invited us into this call to talk to you guys a little bit today about leveraging AI in your business and how you can use this to scale your success and free up some time. I'm sure all of you guys, or maybe I shouldn't be assumptive. How about I get a show of hands real quick? Who's already using AI in some form or fashion, whether that's like ChatGPT, helping you with emails, posts, anything like that? Good. I see a handful of you. Great. So AI is really powerful, and some of you guys have already seen that. The problem here is most people are still using AI as just kind of like a fancy little cool thing to help with administrative tasks. What if I told you that you could expand AI way past just the administrative tasks into actually helping you do some of the front end loading of your business, like helping you generate good quality leads? And then what if we could take it a step further and use AI to help automate the outreach and follow up on those leads to get you more hot appointments with people that are actually looking to buy or sell a property right now? In the end, increasing your transaction counts. So that's kind of what we're here to talk to you about. We've had several meetings with your leadership team, and they just want us to kind of share and educate you a little bit. And I'm going to go through some of that here today. Again, my name's Jonathan. I'm the lead business growth strategist with IIQ, and we're going to jump right through this. Feel free, if you have questions as we're going through this, to throw them in the chat. Becky's on my team here as well, and she'll help kind of answer some of those questions as we go. So for those of you that aren't aware here, we're pretty confident in the AI space here that in the next 5 years, there's really only going to be two types of businesses. There's going to be those businesses that are leveraging AI, and then there's going to be businesses that are bankrupt. And the reason why is pretty simple. AI helps provide speed. AI helps provide consistency. AI helps provide intelligence. But most importantly, AI helps provide leverage. Real estate has and always will be a relationship-based business. So the question you need to ask yourself is, how can you build more relationships? Normally, that would be in a one-on-one scenario, but your time's limited. With AI, you can help take that from a one-to-one to a one-to-many scenario where you're building multiple relationships simultaneously without having to increase the workload or the amount of time that it takes to do so. Let's zoom out real quick before I dive in too much further here, and let's get a firsthand look at how AI is disrupting a few other industries. Let's showcase how it's already disrupting, say, the trillion-dollar Hollywood video and entertainment industry. To do this, I'm going to show you two examples. The first is going to be a quick 3-minute cinematic trailer of The Veil. If you haven't heard of it, it is coming soon to Netflix in December. For sake of time, I might not play the whole 3-minute video, but let's go ahead and just start this off so you can kind of get a little bit here about this. Full disclosure, the video you're about to see does depict some graphic scenes that some viewers might find disturbing. It's a cinematic trailer. It's on Netflix. Just kind of wanted to give you a heads up before we get into it. Let me know if you have a problem hearing this.
The darkness. Fuelless fire. Ana mission. I walk through the veil where the night forgets. Bare feet on stone, heart full of debt. The wind sang low in a tongue unknown, but every word I knew as home. Thig Thogam, they said, come to me. Into the dark, into the flame, leave the flesh, forget the name, into the roots.
Okay, we played about half of that. I mean, it's pretty cool, right? I don't know if this is your guys' cup of tea or not, but it's kind of similar to the Norsemen. It's definitely something that I would watch. Um, just so you guys are aware of some stats here, The Veil had a production budget of $90 million. The production time was approximately 12,160 hours with a runtime of 137 minutes, which put the cost per production minute at just under $657,000 for each minute of production. It's pretty expensive to make a movie. I had no idea. Maybe you guys did. I didn't. So now the next trailer here I'm going to show you is a trailer, but built entirely with AI. Let me know if you guys can catch any differences here.
Andorshades. Andorshades. The darkness.
All right, just kidding. We kind of got you. That first video that you watched was actually the AI video, and you probably had no idea. And the below stats that I gave you were actually for the Northmen. Again, the Northmen's budget was $90 million with a cost per production minute of $657,000 per minute. The trailer that we made, the one that you just watched, was actually an AI trailer that we dubbed The Veil. With a total production value of $290, it took us approximately 14 hours over a weekend to create that trailer. It had a runtime of 3.5 minutes if we watched it from beginning to end, taking the cost per production minute down to just $83 per minute. Now, everything from the creative concepts, the music, the lyrics, the script, the image, and the video generation was 100% created by AI. This isn't about real estate just yet. It's about leverage. What's going to happen here is by the end of the year, we're going to have 14-year-olds producing A-list movies for a few $1,000s out of their mom's basement and disrupting multi-trillion-dollar production studios. And we're actually already starting to see this. And the only reason why is because of the leverage. So now the question is, how do you use that same leverage in your business? Let's talk about how the same leverage can apply to you. And what we're going to cover here over the next handful of minutes is we're going to go over how you can generate high quality leads using AI, how you can then use AI to automate the outreach, qualification, and appointment setting for you on those leads, and then also how you can use AI to help with the administrative and organizational process of that. Let's start off talking ads. How many of you guys have ever run ads before on like Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube? Show of hands, handful of you guys. Okay, that's great. I'm sure any of you that have ever run ads before, you probably are in the opinion that like lead gen sucks. Online leads suck. Facebook leads suck. Zillow leads suck. It doesn't matter. We hear this all the time. It's typically not really the lead gen. It's more the outreach, but we'll get into that in just a second. Let's talk real quick about some Facebook ads. In today's market conditions, the interest rates the way they are, the NAR lawsuit, There's a handful of demographics that are producing very highly right now that are still buying and selling like nothing's changed in the world. And one of those demographics happens to be downsizer ads. If we're running downsizer ads on like Facebook, we can get an average cost per lead of anywhere from like $8 to $12 in most markets. They're typically an older demographic. They're more financially qualified. They're more flexible. They're lower funnel, meaning they're going to make a move sooner. And 68% of these leads say they also have a home to sell. So not only do you generate a buyer lead, but you're also generating a seller lead. Now, if you've ever tried running your own ads before, a lot of you guys probably have overthought your ads. Here's some key takeaways, whether you do business with us or anybody else. People that are looking at ads online, they don't care about you. I hate to say it. I'm sorry if I'm busting any egos. They don't care about you. They don't care about what team you belong to. They don't care about what brokerage that you're with. What they care about at the end of the day is the end result. They care about what they get at the end of the deal. So you should keep your leads house focused. I see lots of real estate agents and brokers doing the just listed and just sold ads and posts. And while those are great, those aren't really driving the traffic or the attention that you guys want. So keep it about the end result. When somebody's looking online and they're considering possibly buying a property, they're looking at what's available, what's out there. So if you keep your ads, even your organic social media posts, if you keep them property focused, where you're showing them properties that are available, ways that they can get into these new properties, that's going to get you better results. Let's talk outreach. So someone fills out a lead form. If you guys don't know this, speed matters a lot. The likelihood of getting a hold of an online lead is 21 times higher if you manage to contact them within the first 5 minutes. If you wait even 30 minutes later, your chances of ever getting a hold of that lead decrease by over 6,000%, and that is a no BS stat. Persistence is also pivotal. On average, it takes 18 total contact attempts to reach an online lead for the very first time. 8 of those specifically being phone calls, but 18 total contact attempts to reach an online lead, with 80% of those appointments being realized somewhere between the 5th and 12th contact, often taking between 6 to 24 months to convert. Those are real stats. Organization equals money. Businesses that find ways to automate the lead management see anywhere from a 10 to 30% increase in revenue in just 6 to 9 months, and often reduce their cost per closing by over 33%. But what are the things that humans, myself included, I'm not going to pick on anybody in this here, what are the things that we tend to be bad at? Well, everything I just mentioned. The speed, the persistence, and the organization. Speed, calling a lead within 5 minutes is sometimes impossible. You may be out, hopefully you're out showing other properties. You're talking to prospects already. Your listings, you're busy. You're at dinner with the family and a lead comes in. You can't always call that lead within the first 5 minutes. Well, as we know, if you miss that 5-minute window, it might as well not even be a lead anymore. You've just thrown that opportunity away. Persistence is the second one. Even if you are really good at hitting the speed to lead, 18 contact attempts to fully work an online lead, that's a lot. So if you get 100 leads, that's 1,800 total contact attempts that you need to find time in the day to make over the next 30 days to fully work those 100 leads. And then the organizational piece just kind of happens. Now, if you've done online lead gen before and you're in the opinion of, hey, online leads suck, it's typically one of these 3 things that you were missing out on. It's not that the leads suck, it's that you didn't either hit the speed to lead or you weren't persistent enough for long enough and you missed out on some of the organization. Well, here's where AI can come in and help solve these problems for you. What we can do, what we help with, is we help you not just generate the leads, but we can help automate that outreach on those leads. So we'll use a tool like Zapier that the second you get a lead, we're going to import them automatically into your CRM, categorize them in your sales pipeline. And then the second that that lead comes in, we can immediately trigger AI first campaigns to solve the speed to lead issue. The AI will immediately text and call your leads using a possibly human sounding voice to have that initial conversation, screen the lead, qualify the lead, and if the lead's serious and they're actually looking at buying or selling a property in the next few months, then it'll take and get them connected with you so that you can come in and do what you guys do best, close the deals. Now, here's a cheeky example of kind of what that could sound like. What started out as a joke turned into our highest converting appointment setter. We launched this just internally as a joke. We actually built this just for our founder to show him some of what we were working on with some objection handling scenarios. So what you're about to listen to is a short call with the AI and our founder. And when we told the AI, when we told our founder to take this call, we told him his number one job was to try and get the AI off the phone. We wanted to see if he could get the AI to stumble. This is not a voice that you guys should use. I'm just letting you know this is a cheeky, fun little voice, but a good example on why AI is really good at handling these kind of conversations.
Michael, this is Jamie with High IQ. I'm so glad we got connected. Would you reward my honesty if I openly told you this was a sales call?
Honestly, I don't normally take sales calls, but who is this again? I'm sorry.
No worries, Michael. I'm Jamie with High IQ. How about I take 30 seconds to explain what this is about? And if it's not relevant, you'll never have to hear my goofy voice again. Fair enough?
Yeah, I am in a hurry. If you make it quick, go ahead.
Brilliant. We'll keep it snappy. So we build the absolute best AI assistants, specifically designed to work leads for insurance agencies. They actually call and have interactive voice conversations, just like this one. They handle pre-sales calls better than most human reps, text leads, and follow up with the ones your team might not get to fast enough, or let's be honest, sometimes don't get to at all. But this is probably the part where you tell me your agents are the best salespeople in the world, have perfect follow-up on every lead, and this call is totally irrelevant, yeah?
I mean, yeah, we do have a team of 5 sales folks, and I mean they are super good. They're a great team.
Hey, sounds like you've got a solid squad there, Michael. So does that mean you don't feel like there's any room for improvement at all, eh? Or maybe just a little wiggle room?
I mean, I guess there's always room for improvement, but yeah, I mean they're generally great otherwise.
Fair play, Michael. It's always good to have a team you can count on. If I can ask bluntly, though, are you at the point where you've just kind of accepted that's the way things are? Or are you still actively looking for ways to get your leads worked even more effectively?
I mean, I guess we're always looking for things that can help improve the performance.
Love that mindset, Michael. Always room to level up, right? Would it be unreasonable to have a quick 20-minute sit-down next week to show you a personalised demo and chat through how we help businesses leverage AI to drive more sales?
I mean, maybe you kind of caught me out of the blue. I'm probably just really not interested right at this point.
Totally get that, Michael. That's exactly why I called. Most of our current clients weren't interested initially either, but they found that by bringing AI into their agency, they guaranteed every lead was worked immediately and saw dramatically higher appointment conversion rates. Makes sense, right? The AI can call dozens of people simultaneously and tends to be a better objection handler than most professional salespeople. That said, would it be unreasonable to just get you some info so you can take a look and make an informed decision?
I mean, yeah, if you want, you can, if you don't mind, just send me an email, and I can take a look at it, and I can get back to you if it's something I want to talk further about.
Totally, Michael. Happy to send info over. That said, can I ask you one last cheeky question before we get off the phone?
Yeah, shoot.
All right, here it is. Have you ever gotten an email and thought, wow, this is way better than seeing it for myself?
I mean, no, I guess not.
Exactly, Michael. Seeing it live always hits differently, doesn't it? So I'll go ahead and send that email for you to review, but I'll also pencil you in for a quick 15-minute demo, because trust me, it's worth seeing live. Fair enough?
Well, hold on. Are you an AI yourself?
Oh, Michael, you've caught me. I'm indeed an AI, but don't let that fool you. I'm cheeky charming and here to make your day a bit brighter. Think of me as your digital mate who's got a knack for helping businesses like yours thrive. So what do you say? Shall we lock in that demo?
All right, you got me.
You guys get the general idea of kind of what that conversation could sound like. And so now that you see and know that there's AI voice like this, there's no excuse on why you haven't called your leads or your database. We'll take it one step further, though. Not only do we have the AI help you with the front end work, but the AI is also going to help you with the back end administrative grunt of keeping everything organized. So when the AI talks to one of your leads, it's going to automatically record the conversation. It automatically summarizes the conversation and adds that to the notes section inside your contact card. It'll even add tags, dispositions, moves and buckets, and then adds continuous follow-up. This is not some generic pre-built drip follow-up sequence that every CRM system has, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. This is individualized, personalized follow-up based off the exact conversation that the AI has with your leads. So if I can give you an example, let's say the AI talks to one of your leads today, and we'll use an upsizer example. Say they're in a property right now. They just had a kid. They're looking at getting into a bigger property with some more space for the growing family. And they're serious, but now's not a great time. It's winter, it's snowy, no one wants to move in the winter. They just had the kid, they need a little bit more time to get settled into being a parent. So they ask for a call back at the end of spring. And that kind of an example, what the AI does for you here is it sets a day and time for itself to call that lead back at the end of spring. When it calls that lead back, it remembers the last conversation that it had with that lead and will use that conversation as context in the follow-up. So that follow-up's also going to be very personalized. So based on that example I just gave you, that call may sound something like, hey, this is Jamie. I'm the digital assistant for KW up here in Breckenridge. We spoke a couple months ago about helping you get into a bigger property for your growing family. Wanted to say congratulations again on the new addition and just wanted to see if now might be a good time for me to connect you with an agent so you can start browsing properties that are available now that meet your criteria. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing. It might not say that word for word, but the general idea is there of individualized, personalized follow-up with each one of your specific leads. And then as it's talking to the leads, it'll do appointment setting for you. It books appointments directly into your calendar, and it also does live transfers. The AI is set to preferentiate trying to set a live transfer. So if it's on the phone with the lead right now and they want to talk to you, it'll try to transfer that call directly over to you. Now, if you're unavailable or the lead doesn't want to transfer right now, then it defaults back to setting an appointment for a future date and time for you to connect with the lead and take over and do what you guys do best. It's important to note here, the AI is not set to replace you guys as agents. I said earlier, and I'm going to stress this, real estate is a relationship-based business. Real estate will always be a relationship-based business. The way the AI is set here is it's set to think of it as like an ISA assistant. Your assistants don't do all your work for you. Your assistants take all the meaningless tasks and handle all the menial tasks to put you in front of the 10 most important tasks. So if we're generating leads and we get you 100 leads, again, keeping in mind the 18 contact attempts to fully work all those leads, that's 1,800 tasks that you need to complete to fully work all of those leads. The AI will take those 1,800 tasks and it will handle a majority of those, leaving you only 20 or 30 of the most important tasks with the people that are most likely to transact. Again, it's not replacing you, it's here to empower you. It's helping you build that relationship and taking you from a one-to-one relationship building to a one-to-many relationship building at scale. Now, here's the cool part. We've had several conversations with your leadership team, and your leadership team is sponsoring the platform for you guys. We're going to take care of all of the side work of setting this up and making sure it works. All that your broker is asking for, if you guys want to participate in this program, is a simple monthly buy-in of a small amount of only $500, and that's going to go directly into ad spend and management. They're covering the cost of the AI system to set it up, to handle the outreach, the follow-up, the appointment settings, the integration into your guys' CRMs. All they need you to do is put some money forward to generate the leads to feed the machine. We just need to put in a bunch of leads that the AI has to work and call and set these appointments for you. Our team's going to help take care of all the lead gen, the creatives, the graphics, the call to actions, the AI appointment setting, kind of all that. If you're interested in joining in signing up with your broker on this program. Simply scan the QR code here. Don't worry if you don't have to fumble with your phone right now. We'll send you an email out as well later that you can opt into, or feel free to get with Leslie, obviously, and she can kind of help it. We're going to be continuing the conversation with your leadership team over the next month or so while we're helping to set this up. And we're going to launch this with the first handful of agents that want to get involved. It will be first come, first serve. We do this in batches when we roll this out with new brokers and agents. So if you're first in line, you're going to be part of the first rollout. If you're 10th in line, you may be part of the second rollout. I see a couple hands up, and this is probably a good spot for me to go ahead and stop my screen share and take some questions. Feel free to ask any questions you guys have. And if you don't have questions, I will give you some questions that you should be asking. I see Katie has her hand up first here. Katie, what do you got?
Hey there, I've got two questions. First of all, are you able to target a specific demographic or buyers looking for specific neighborhoods that maybe we want to leverage this year? And then my other question is if people are, if the buyers, call it a buyers or whatever, the leads notice that it's AI and they don't want to talk to AI, then does the AI recognize that and do an immediate turnover?
Great questions. So the first question, can we target by geographical areas? Yes. With the Fair Housing Act, there is some limitations to what we can do there as far as the targeting. We've actually had a couple of very in-depth conversations with Leslie and the rest of the leadership team about the lead gen, specifically with your guys' market and the luxury and the areas that you guys are in. We're going to roll several strategies when we put this through, targeting a handful of different people, upsizers, downsizers, move in and move out of markets, and then out of state movers looking at moving into your area. So we will be able to do some geographical targeting and some targeting on the types of leads that we're getting. But because of where you guys are at and the type of market you're in, we are going to have to be a little bit more expanded to make sure that we're generating enough leads that this makes sense for you guys. Hopefully that answers the first part of that question. If not, let me know. Okay, awesome. And then for the second part of that question, as far as the AI conversations, real statistics here, this is what I see, and I'm not just making this up. Probably about 80% of the people that the AI calls will be clueless. It's going to go right over their head. They have no idea that they are talking to an AI. That does not mean that we want to fool them or try to trick them. That's just an average statistic. What I recommend that we do here is we have the AI introduce itself as like a digital assistant. That way there's transparency and there's trust. You're not trying to trick or fool them. And it's kind of, a neutral language. Yeah, I'm a digital assistant. That doesn't necessarily mean AI, but it doesn't mean that it's not AI. Most people, what we're finding here is, especially with opt-in leads coming from like online lead sources like Facebook, Zillow, Realtor.com, for the most part, they don't tend to care that they're talking to an AI. What they care about is that they're getting the information they requested as quickly as possible. And then if they're serious, that they get connected to you as a human. Now, that is not going to be true for everybody. There is going to be people like our founder and his dad. His dad is an old war vet and he is kind of grumpy and doesn't want to talk to anybody. And so the moment he gets on the phone with something that's an AI, he's instantly like, yeah, I'm not interested. Get me connected to the human. If somebody says that, the AI is trained to recognize that, and they'll say, cool, let me transfer you over to Leslie or Scott or Ryan, and then it'll just transfer the call directly over. It's not going to be a point of resistance. Its entire goal is to help screen your leads, qualify your leads, and get you in contact with more serious people at scale faster, not to be a resistance point. Hopefully that answered those questions that you had. I see a couple more questions coming up here in the chat. Let me get with some of these. Yep, I will throw the link in the chat here in just a second. Can you target an investor type? Katie, can you expand on what you mean by targeting an investor type? Feel free to unmute.
Okay, we suspect that she means, second homeowners who will put it on a long-term, monthly, long-term, or a short-term type of a plan. Does that make sense, Jonathan?
Yeah, and that's exactly what we have already been kind of talking about, Leslie, with the marketing strategy. Yeah, we will be targeting some of those investor types looking for like second homes, vacation homes. Maybe they're looking at doing like some Airbnb type short-term rentals. We will find those types of leads for you as well. I cannot say that those are exclusively going to be the types of leads that you get, but those will be included in there. What other questions do you guys have? If you don't have any more, I have some questions for you that you should ask.
When we're talking about geographic expansion too, and I know that you and I have talked about this, but if you can just expand upon this a little bit more, how far expanded are we talking about in terms of area and so on and so forth to get leads?
Yeah, so that's going to be a little bit more determined based off of the results we get. The starting idea and plan we have for you guys is to run ads over your entire coverage area, looking for people that are looking at upsizing and downsizing. We're also going to expand ads into your guys' major local cities like Denver, targeting people that maybe they're in Denver and they're looking at moving into a mountainous luxury type property. And then we're going to take it one step further and even start targeting people out of state, like people in Texas that are looking at buying a vacation home or a luxury property up in the mountains for winter ski resort type stuff. That's how kind of expanded we're going to get on. Did that answer the question that you were looking for, Leslie?
Yeah, can I just ask what you think the probability is that we're going to be ending up with a whole bunch of Denver people looking to just buy their primary residence, upsize or downsize there?
Probably not a whole lot, if I'm going to be real with you. There will be a handful. There's probably not going to be a whole lot. I'm going to guess a majority of your leads are going to come from what's currently happening in your market, which is out of state movers, out of people in like Texas, California that are looking at moving to Colorado, that are looking for those luxury type places. And that's probably where a majority of your leads are going to come from.
Okay. And are you willing to like tweak and expand those ads as we go? So if we start ending up with just like a ton of front range buyers where we are most likely going to be referring them out, we can tweak that because then obviously the return on the investment's not as good if we're just referring people out all the time.
Yep, 100%. That's part of the agreement we worked out with your guys' leadership team. We're going to take care of the front end creative of generating the leads and then also the lead management, which means my team's going to be checking the status and performance of the ads daily. And we will be continually maximizing and improving on it to make sure that we're always getting you guys both the lowest cost per lead, but more importantly, the highest quality lead simultaneously.
I think Monica had a couple questions in the chat.
Yep, Monica and then Scott.
Yep, I see Monica was asking, can you add leads to the platform to put on a follow-up plan? Yes, as long as they are opt-in leads. So you cannot go and buy leads from like PropStream or PropWire, a list of motivated sellers that didn't opt in, that didn't give you consent to call and upload those into the system. You can't do that. But if you have leads from other sources, like maybe you're on Zillow, you're already running your own Facebook ads, you have Google leads, or you have older leads in your database that maybe you haven't worked as religiously as you should have been over the last 4 or 5 years, we can put all of those in and the AI can help do drip campaigns on all those to do follow-up and revive some of those older leads. Another question you had is, will you be looking at the chamber market trends for guests that visit or search our area, and how do the leads get rotated? First part of that question, will we be looking at the chamber market trends? Yes, we already have, and that is exactly how we're going to be targeting the ads to make sure we're generating the best leads possible for you. As far as the leads are going to get split up equal weight round robin across all of the agents that decide they want to opt into the program. So if 10 of you guys decide you want to be a part of the program here with the broker, lead 1 comes in, it's going to go to agent A. Lead 2 is going to go to agent B. Lead 3 is going to go to agent C, etc. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of distribution based off of the geographical areas that you guys cover. I do understand that some of you guys are in like Vail, some of you guys are in Breckenridge, you even have some of you in Greeley. If a lead comes in that's looking in Greeley, we're obviously not going to set that with a Vail agent. That's a really long drive. So we're going to do as equal weight as we can, but also based off of the area that the lead's actually looking at purchasing. Also, simultaneously, as you guys are getting the leads, the AI is also going to get the leads, and the AI will be working those leads simultaneously on behalf of all of you guys to make sure that we're winning the speed to lead factor, you're getting all the consistent follow-ups, and just making sure that no lead is ever slipping through the cracks, in the end, increasing your guys' production counts. I want to be transparent here. There's a couple like important things here. This program is not going to make you guys rich. It's not going to replace what you guys are doing right now. It is going to help you get an extra 3 to 7 transactions over the course of the next 12 months. So it's not going to replace what you guys have, but it is going to help you increase and start to build that pipeline and duplicate essentially kind of what Zillow's doing right now. If you guys aren't familiar with the Zillow model, Zillow is doing exactly what we're offering to help you guys do right now, except for at much more cost. So Zillow runs their own Facebook ads, advertising Zillow, not KW. They generate these leads. They keep the leads in-house. They have their own ISA team work and nurture these leads until the point that the lead says they're ready to go. Then they pass them off to an agent like you guys, and they charge you 40% of your commission when you close the deal. And they have all these rules and regulations on how frequently and how quickly you have to call the leads and all that stuff. We are duplicating exactly what Zillow's doing, but letting you guys own all the leads. So the big difference here is we don't own these. We don't share or redistribute them. Any lead that we generate, you guys own. You guys are paying for the program. They're exclusive to you. You guys keep all of your commission. There's no commission split on the back end. We're not asking for any of that. We've worked out a pretty good deal with your leadership team. The only thing that you guys are paying for is the cost to generate the leads. That small budget of $500 a month that goes directly into the lead gen. I saw that Scott has had his hand up for a minute. Scott, go for it.
Yeah, actually, it's Jeff over here. Spark. The geographic thing was part of the question I had. The other part is, at what point does that lead get handed over to us? The AI is working, and at what point does that get transferred over to somebody? And then how do you, obviously, getting the handoff from your database to our CRM is important. How do you see that working most of the time?
Yeah, great questions. Lead handoff to the agent varies. It's based off of a couple factors. Number one, obviously, if the lead says in the example or the question I had earlier, if they're talking to the AI and like, hey, can I just talk to a human? It will transfer it over to a human just so that it's not a point of resistance, so it'll get them connected there. If the lead's playing ball, which most leads will, its job is to screen that lead, qualify the lead, and then pass them off to you once they're within a certain time frame. So if the lead says, yeah, I'm looking at buying or selling in the next 2 to 3 months, that's the point when it's going to pass them off to you. If the lead's like, yeah, I'm just kind of browsing right now, I'm not really sure what's out there, call me back in 6 months, the AI is not going to pass that to you guys. It'll instead internalize that, take the notes, update that, and set a task for itself to do that follow-up. If a lead does get passed off to you guys, let's say it's an appointment for tomorrow, Tuesday at 3 p.m. for a phone call for you to call them and continue the conversation, and you can't get a hold of that lead. You can throw that into a no-show bucket. The AI will see that you were unable to make that appointment one way or the other, and the AI will begin outreach again for you on your behalf to reconnect with that lead to get them rescheduled with you. So again, it's not replacing you. It's just there to help empower you.
Awesome.
That was one part of the question. And the other part of the question, I apologize, was about connecting it and integrating it with your CRM. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep. So our system integrates with pretty much any CRM out there. Most of our clients use Zapier as an integration tool. So lead comes in to command. We're going to copy that lead from command over to the AI. The AI is going to start calling, texting, engaging it. Every time the AI has that conversation and it updates notes, we'll use Zapier to update that information back inside command for you guys with all the notes, the dispositions, the tags, update the buckets, kind of all that fun stuff. So that way you can see what the AI is doing as well as the AI can see what you guys are doing. So if you talk to a lead and you add notes, the AI will check that as it's calling the lead and will use your notes. Or it'll know, hey, Scott just talked to this lead yesterday. I shouldn't call this lead again today. Type stuff.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Morgan asked, how does the quality and quantity of leads compare to Zillow, Realtor.com, etc.? I think I kind of already answered that, but I'll say it again. It's the same kind of lead, except for you're getting them a little bit more top funnel. So again, if Zillow's doing this, Zillow runs their own ads. They capture that lead. They keep it internally until the lead says they're ready to buy or sell, and then they pass them off to you. Here, we're getting the lead, we're passing it to you the second we get it, and then we're also passing it to the AI. So you're capturing them at the beginning of their kind of browsing scenario. So you are getting them a little bit earlier, but the AI keeps working and nurturing and following up with that lead until they are ready to convert, and that's when it passes it back to you. So the quality at first might not feel quite the same as first few months. Obviously, the leads are just now starting to browse, but over time, it's going to be the same quality as what you're getting with Zillow, with you guys keeping much more of your commission and the split.
And you think these ads will generate the same amount of leads as a Zillow would?
So the leads, the amount of leads you guys are going to get, we're estimating anywhere from 30 to 40 leads a month per an agent at the $500 there. We see a true conversion rate of 1.8% on those. So that should equal out to an extra 3 to 7 transactions over the course of 12 months if you guys stay in the program for the entire 12 months. Did that answer that question appropriately?
Yes, thank you.
Sorry. Hey, Jonathan, I mean, you had mentioned to us too that part of the qualifiers of, of serving the ads to folks is they had to have visited Zillow.com or Realtor.com or something along those lines in 30 days. Can you talk about that? And then I know.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a good qualifier. So when we're running ads and generating leads, and this is good information for you, whether you choose to be a part of this program or if you decide you want to go try and ever run your own ads in the future. You don't want to just capture anybody on Facebook. So we can get $1, $2 leads all day long on Facebook, no problem if we're targeting, say, first-time home buyers who need down payment assistance. The problem is you get what you advertise for. If we're targeting first-time home buyers with down payment assistance, they can't afford a property, especially in your guys' market. It's a lost lead. It's a wasted cause. So what we do is we add in a whole bunch of steps and layers on the back end to make sure we're getting the right kind of lead. So when we run ads, we'll go into the back end of Facebook's ad algorithm. We'll tell Facebook, hey, find us people in this geographic area or who are browsing at buying properties in this geographic area that are on your platform that already own a property. That's step one. When you find those people, you're only allowed to show them our ad if in the last 30 days they've actively been browsing websites like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, etc. So that shows that they're already browsing properties. Layer that one step further. They're still only allowed to see this ad if they've done all of that, and in the last 30 days, they've also been on Google searching for things like home loan rates, mortgage calculators, etc. And now that shows intent, where they're not just browsing, but they're serious enough that they're doing research about possibly buying. Once you find those people, those are the people that are allowed to see this ad. When they see the ad, it's all going to be branded for KW. We're going to run all the ads directly through you guys' market center. So it's equal branding, equal messaging, equal results all the way across the board. They see the ad, there's going to be a learn more button. If they're interested in learning more, they click the learn more button. We pop up a short form survey. The whole point of the short form survey is to eliminate looky-loos. If they're not serious, we don't want their contact information. The short form survey is 30 seconds. It's 3 questions. What's your time frame? What's your budget? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? Once they complete that, then we go to the lead capture form where they manually put in their name, their phone number, their email. We do not let them use an autofiller. And then they have to check a box. By checking this box, they acknowledge that, yes, we are going to call them. They want us to call them about possibly buying or selling a property, and they acknowledge that the calls may be generated using AI voice as well as humans. Once they complete all that, that's when the leads get passed to you guys and the AI, and we begin the outreach and follow-up.
Leslie, does it show you the ad? Does it show us the ad that they clicked on? Whatever that is.
I got a couple example ads I can show you guys. Give me 1 second here.
No, under the mic's on. Oh, no, the mic's on.
But he did answer your question.
We heard your question.
Oh, thank you.
And I don't want to take up too much time here. I do know you guys still have other things to do in the meeting. I'm going to answer a few more questions, but if you guys have questions after this, we're going to send you all an email with some more information, as well as that QR code link that if you want to join the wait list to opt in for the program here, you can scan that to sign up, or obviously get with Leslie. If you guys have questions after we get off, if something else comes to mind, feel free to respond to the email. All those emails are going to come from Becky on my team. She'll be able to help answer some of those questions. And we'll even get you a link to our website where you guys can have a back and forth conversation with the AI yourself. Have some fun with it. Give it a hard time. See how good it really is. We don't want you to just take our word for it. I mean, make sure it makes sense for you guys. Sorry, give me one second. I'm pulling up some examples of the ads here. Can you guys see this? It's probably really small. Okay. So these are a couple examples that we're running for some other clients of ours. We have a just listed one for Coast to Coast Collective, LPT. We have a new construction example for KW in College Park out in California, and then an upsizer, downsizer example for Eric Sutter. So this is kind of how it would look like on the Facebook feed. So as they're scrolling Facebook, they'd see a picture, scroll stopping image, nice property. Looks like it actually belongs in your guys' market, properties that are available right now. With a call to action, hey, just listed in Tampa, get the first look at these beautiful homes that just hit the market. Here's the learn more button I was telling you about. New construction, similar, dreaming of that new home smell. Don't miss these newly built homes. Your dream home is more affordable than you think. Scroll stopping image, here's the learn more button. And then again, downsizer, upsizer, downsize to your dream home. Don't miss these must-see homes that are perfect for XYZ, and then the learn more button. These are obviously examples. This is not exactly what your guys' ad's going to look like. We're going to work very closely with your guys' leadership team on the ad creative to make sure that it makes sense, that it looks pretty, and that it's actually performing. See, it's a handful of other questions. The leads are generally just coming from the social ads. We're not going to be doing Google pay-per-click at this time. We may expand into Google pay-per-click if we need to, but right now we're getting really good results on Facebook, Instagram, targeting those. Dan asked as far as a commitment. That's a great question. With the market, with your guys' leadership, definitely talk with them. I believe we had talked with them about having it be a 6-month commitment if you guys wanted to be a part of the program. The only reason for the 6-month commitment is to make sure you guys have enough time to actually realize an ROI. I'm sure I don't have to speak to you guys about the time cycle of your leads. Just because you get a lead today, they're ready to buy a property today, you even meet with them today, does not mean you're going to close the deal today. It could still take 2 to 3 to 4 months before you get them in the property, close the deal, and collect your commission. Keep in mind the life cycle of your leads. On average here, we see it takes around 6 months to really get like full traction and ROI on this. So we do recommend that you come into this with a longer term mind frame. That doesn't mean you won't get transactions month 1, month 2, month 3. They will come through, but a majority of the transactions are going to be anywhere from month 3 to month 9 off of the leads that you start generating today. So do keep that in mind. The highest ROI for our clients comes in typically across a 12-month cycle, where we see a 1.8% conversion rate. So if we're getting you guys all, each agent that's a part of the program, 30 to 40 leads a month, that should be an extra 3 to 7 transactions over the course of 12 months. If you only want to do this for a couple months and you don't get what you want and you want to cancel, I'm going to recommend you don't sign up for this, because you're just going to throw your money away on the ad spend and you haven't given it a long enough time to nurture the leads for long enough to get an actual ROI. So I will urge caution on that. Any other like super urgent questions here before I wrap this up and let you guys get back on with what you guys got going on here? That is a great question, Scott. That would be a question for your leadership team. We're going to have another meeting about splitting up the ad spend geographically based off where you guys are at. We haven't fully finalized that detail, but that's a detail we're going to finalize with your leadership team before we turn this on and go live with everybody.
I mean, Jonathan, I would gut say to that it ought to be weighted between the amount of people who buy into each area.
Fair point, and I agree with that. Okay. All right, awesome. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, it was a pleasure to connect everybody. Again, my name's Jonathan. I'm the lead business growth strategist with High IQ. Be on the lookout. You guys will all be getting an email in about 30 minutes or so from our team, again, with the QR code if you want to opt into the program. Feel free to respond to that email if you guys have any additional questions, and /or get with Leslie or your leadership team if you want to be a part of the program. We're going to be in communication with them continuously for the next few weeks here while we start to get this ready to roll out for everybody that wants to be a part of the program.
Hey, real quick, Jonathan, can you answer Andrew's question real quick? Add budget per seat.
Yeah, so it is $500 per month per every agent that wants to be a part of the program. 100% of that goes directly into generating the leads and the management, so covering the cost of the AI ISA assistant to help you work and manage all those leads.
Cool. All right, thank you. All right, everybody. Top of the Rockies, we've got the Zoom link here in the chat. If you can, please hop right into that, and we'll do kind of an abbreviated team meeting. Jonathan, thank you for your time today. We'll see you guys soon, or in like really soon.